Hey everyone, it's your girl Kendell Lenice, and welcome to Y.U.P, your underestimated power. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my Y.U.P series. Remember to subscribe below. Okay, so today my Y.U.P series is going to be a little different. So if this is your first time watching Y.U.P, go back and watch some of the other videos and you'll see how this one is different. Why is this one different? Today I want to talk about, it's the day after the 2016 and the 16th annual BET Awards, and today I just want to talk about the wonderful Jesse Williams. If you don't know who he is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it, look it up. He made me so proud yesterday during his acceptance speech for the humanitarian of the year. He is an actor. He's on Grey's Anatomy, and he's also a former educator of African American history. I don't know where to begin. I'm doing this unscripted, as I do all of my Y.U.P series shows. But he moved me so much. And I have the official transcript right here. Every major news outlet is talking about Jesse Williams, a beautiful black man for the right reasons. It's not about slamming him or talking about black men ain't no good, black men ain't educated, black men ain't doing this or that. It's to celebrate him. He blew up the spot last night, and I'm going to get to what he was talking about for some of you that haven't seen it and you're wondering, like, okay, where's she going with this? But he blew up the internet yesterday. He broke the internet. He was the #1 trending topic on Twitter. Every news outlet, not just black news outlets, every national news outlet was talking about Jesse Williams and his incredible speech and his incredible love for black people. And he talked about the beautiful black women as well, and I'll get into that. It was powerful. It was powerful. It was memorable, and it was dead on point, on target, and talking about this world we live in. You know, some people think it's not a racist world anymore. Some people think black people are on the come up and it's different from how it was in the 50s and 60s. But basically he was talking about how it really hasn't changed. So I'm just going to read a little bit of it, and I can quote him the way I quote, and I can tell you boom, 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 the things that he said, but I don't want to misquote him by adding in my own words. So I'm looking at an article from the Washington Post this morning, and they have the full transcript. So I'm just going to touch on some parts. So just bear with me. First, he said, now this award, this is not for me. This is for the real organizations, the real organizers all over the country, the activists, the civil rights attorneys, the struggling parents, the families, the teachers, the students that are realizing that the system built to divide and impoverish and destroy us cannot stand if we do. Powerful. So he talked about it's basic mathematics. The more we learn about who we are and how we got here, the more we will mobilize. He says, now, this is also in particular for the black women, and particularly who have spent their lifetimes dedicated to nurturing everyone before themselves. We can and will do better for you. Thank you, because that's what black women do. We nurture, we take care of everyone else, and we leave ourselves behind. So he acknowledged that on a national platform. How dope is that? And also, I just want to touch some other points. And he says, so what's going to happen is we're going to have equal rights and justice in our own country, or we will restructure the function in ours. He says, he talks about Tamir Wright. He talks about Michael Brown. He talks about Rakia Boyd. He talks about Eric Gardner, Darian Hunt. He says Tell Rakia Boyd how it's so much better to live in 2012 than it is to live in 1612 or 1712. Basically, he's saying not much has changed. And he said, tell that to Eric Gardner. Tell that to Sandra Bland. Tell that to Darian Hunt. Whoa. I mean, everyone was standing on their feet during his speech. Everyone was just like in awe. He wasn't up there singing, dancing, rapping, where everybody was giving him an enormous applaud. He was talking. He was speaking articulately. He was speaking with conviction, with passion, with so much vigor on the state of our country and the state of Black folks today. Loved it. I was screaming, I was hollering, I was standing up, my kids were hollering. I mean, we already knew that Jesse Williams was kind of a spokesperson for us in a sense, but now the world knows. Some people got a taste, but he doesn't bite his tongue, not even on social media. He says it like he feels. And yesterday, people heard him. So what else did he talk about? He said, now, freedom is always coming in the hereafter. But you know what, though? The hereafter is a hustle. We want it now. He said, and let's get a couple of things straight here. Just a little side note. The burden of the brutalized is not to comfort the bystander. Hello? And he says, that's not our job. All right? Stop with all that. And he said that like he meant that. Now, this is the thing. He didn't have a script. He didn't have a folder or a teleprompter telling him what to say. This was coming from this man's heart, which means he's passionate about it, he's thought about it, and it's running out of his brain through his mouth like water. This is someone who walks the walk and talks the talk and believes what he says. He's not just doing it for show. He's doing that because that's the conviction within him. And he says his parents raised him like that. His parents were doing the same thing. So this is not something that is made up overnight. This is something that was instilled in him as a child. His parents were in the audience, so proud. They were crying. Other people were crying. I know they showed Luke James. He was crying. I mean, this was a powerful moment on a national platform, the BET Awards. And I love that a political view was a thread throughout the whole show. We weren't just singing, rapping, dancing, and entertaining as they think Black folk only do. We were using our brain, we were using our voice, and we were using our star power to get the word out about voting, about political injustice, about injustice all around, about the beauty of Black folks. I mean, we used that platform last night very wisely, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. It was hollering, because it was so powerful. The morning after, as you can see, I'm still pumped up about it. Let me see. Okay, because his speech was about 5 minutes long, so I'm just like going through it, but you can always find it online. You can always look up him saying it word for word, or you can on television, the actual video, or you can read the transcript like I'm doing now, and I've done both. We've been floating around this country on credit for centuries, yo. And we're not, and we're done watching, and we're done waiting. While this intervention called whiteness uses and abuses us, burying Black people out of sight and out of mind while extracting our culture, our dollars, our entertainment like oil, black gold. What? He's saying this. Ghettoizing and demeaning our creations, then stealing them. What? On national television? You went there? You didn't care who was watching? The bravery. I was like, yo, some white folks gonna be mad at this. But he had to say it. It had to be said. And he wasn't afraid. That's what I'm talking about. When you're a Black man and you can articulate your words, you can say exactly how you feel, and you stand for something, that's sexy as I don't know what. Because you have to stand on your convictions. You have to tell the people what's right, what's wrong, and how you feel. How else is it going to change if no one will stand up for us? If some of the people are afraid to say what's really going on, we need other people like him to say what's really going on. And not just to say it, but act about it, be about it, breathe that, live that, and help other people see that, and help other people help you make changes in this country. And that's what we need. Samuel Jackson did an acceptance speech, and he included Jesse in it. He said, I haven't seen activism like this, like Jesse Williams, since the 60s. Everybody was proud of him last night. I'm sure there will be some haters. I'm sure some people are saying they don't like it. I know Nickelodeon was mad because the BET Awards was playing on Nickelodeon last night, and I don't remember that ever happening in the past. But they said parents were mad, saying that this show shouldn't be played on Nickelodeon. And I can see the point, but I also see that this is a time for parents to have a conversation with their child about what's really going on. Like, pull the rug up. Like, stop the madness, stop the faking and pretending. Everything is not all good. Everything is not better. Let's talk about the real deal. Let's talk about these people being slain in the street. Let's talk about the issues that Black folks have that are affecting our entire country. We're about to vote in November for the next president. Obama's term is almost over, and it is a possibility that Trump could win. I don't like saying it out of my mouth, but what are we going to do then? Because he doesn't give a damn about Black people, minorities, of all kinds. He really doesn't. He cares about the rich. He wants to make America good again. So what does that mean? Think about that. What does that really mean? I know what it means to me. It means that we're up the creek, for real. People of color, women, people of different nationalities, and anybody other than rich white folks. You better watch out. So it's very important for us to exercise our right to vote. And as Black people and as women, people have died, people have fought, people have marched, people have protested for us to be able to have a voice. Because for so long, we did not have a voice. Now we do. And people somehow think that it's a joke, it's a game. Like, okay, we have a voice now, we can vote. People say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, but I totally get that side of it too. But how can you complain if you don't want to change? How can you complain if you don't exercise your right to vote? How do you complain if you don't have skin in the game? So it's very important to have skin in the game. What do I mean by that? You guys know what I mean. You have to pay to play. You can't say anything if you're not trying to change anything. You can't say anything or complain if you know that you didn't get your butt up to go vote or to do something about the current situation. So you have to really think about that. You have to encourage other people to vote. Hey, it may not change. He still may get in office or whatever it is, but at least you know that you had a say-so. You know that he didn't just slide his way in there, that we tried to counteract that decision. And I pray that that is not the case, because like Michael Jackson said, they don't really give a damn about us. I agree. He didn't mean it with that, but think about it. So I just want to finish up with Jesse Williams. He said, the thing is that just because we're magic doesn't mean we aren't real. Thank you. Now, I don't know if you knew what that meant, and I know some of you do. There's a thing going around on Twitter, hashtag, even in magazine articles, talking about black magic, talking about the magic of Black people, the excellence, the intelligence, the things we do, how we entertain, how we are all that, how we are just amazing people, the black magic. But he's saying, listen, that's all good. But just because we're magic doesn't mean we aren't real. Doesn't mean that we don't hurt. Doesn't mean that we don't bleed. Doesn't mean that we don't have feelings. Doesn't mean that we don't have an opinion. We don't have conviction. We don't have demands. We don't have passion for things like this. It means, listen, we're human. You got to stop treating us inhumane. You got to stop treating us like we're trash or second-class citizens, because truthfully, we built this country. Now, if you really wanted to be technical, we built this country, and so many people want to be us, want to be like us. We know so many people are getting lip injections. So many people are getting tans. So many people are getting braids and cornrows and being immersed in our culture. So many people are doing a lot of things that Black folks created. Let's just be real. So many things are being taken from us and disguised as their own. You know what I mean? So he's saying that we are real. We do hurt. We do see you. We do feel. And a lot of things are unjust. A lot of things aren't as they should be, and we're tired of it, and we're not taking it anymore. So we need more people like Jesse Williams. We need more people like John Lewis. I mean, we can go on and on and on. They just did a sit-in, the Democratic Party. We need people to take a stand and realize the situation we're in, the world we're living in. It's not okay. The things that are happening, it's not okay. The hatred, the racism, the criticism, the structure of our country and our judicial system, all of that, it's not okay. So when does it come to a point where we take a stand and somebody stands for something? And Jesse Williams did just that. I mean, he gets an A in my book. I bet you people are seeing him in a different light. People are taking notice. Some people may not like it, but I must say, as a Black woman, I'm very proud. I'm very, very, very proud of him not being afraid to speak his truth and not being afraid to stand up for us. So thank you. This has been a long Y.U.P, but thank you for watching. God bless. Peace. Hi again, it's your girl Kendell Lenice. Remember to purchase my latest book, The Best Gift Ever, A Guide to Loving You. It's all about learning how to live your best life. For more information about me and what I do, please visit livingtruelivingyou.com. God bless.